What if the deadliest challenge for the world's most advanced bombers was not enemy fighters, but the silent walls of missiles and radars stretched across continents? Imagine the two. 160M, Russia's mighty White Swan, and America's B-2 Spirit, the invisible ghost of the skies, flying into the teeth of modern air defenses. Systems like the American Patriot, Russia's S-400, and China's HQ-9 have been engineered to swat down planes, missiles, and even stealth aircraft. If these titans of strategic aviation had to break through, who would live to tell the tale? The answer isn't simple, but it reveals everything about two very different philosophies of war: Russia's reliance on speed and distance versus America's mastery of stealth and precision. Strategic bombers have always been the crown jewels of any nuclear arsenal. They are massive, expensive, and irreplaceable machines. To lose one in combat is not just to lose billions of dollars, it is to lose credibility, deterrence, and a weapon that symbolizes national power. This is why modern air defenses are designed with bombers in mind. Systems like the Patriot, and HQ-9 form dense networks of radars and missiles stretching hundreds of kilometers. They are, in essence, bomber killers. And this is where the Tu-160 and the B-2 diverge. One seeks survival by never entering the trap. The other survives by becoming a ghost within it. Let's start with the Patriot, the pride of American and NATO defenses. Depending on the variant, it can strike aircraft at ranges of 70 to 160 kilometers, using highly accurate interceptors guided by powerful X-band radars. Patriots are deployed across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, forming a thick protective screen for U.S. allies. For the Tu-160M, entering Patriot range would be suicide. At Mach 2, the White Swan is fast, but not fast enough. A Patriot battery would track fire and bring it down long before it could escape. But here's the thing, the Tu-160 doesn't need to enter that range at all. Armed with KH-101 or KH-102 cruise missiles, with ranges of up to 5,000 kilometers, it can launch from deep inside Russian territory. In this way, it sidesteps the Patriot entirely, never exposing itself to danger. The B-2, however, plays a different game. If a mission demanded it to cross through Patriot-protected, to deliver direct nuclear strikes or conventional precision bombs, it could. Its radar-absorbent shaping and coatings, optimized against X-band radars, make it nearly invisible to the Patriot's eyes. Tests and exercises have shown again and again. Where other aircraft would be tracked, the Spirit remains undetected. Against Patriot, the B-2 is the aircraft you never see until it's too late. Now let's flip the script. What happens when these bombers face Russia's own S-400? Arguably, the most advanced air defense system currently in service. With intercept ranges up to 400 kilometers, multiple missile types, and radars across the S-400 is built specifically to hunt not just conventional bombers, but stealth aircraft too. For the Tu-160, speed is no salvation. The S-400's interceptors can target supersonic aircraft. Its radars can lock onto high-flying bombers long before they release their payloads. But again, Russia designed the Tu-160 to avoid this fight. From 2,000 or even 3,000 kilometers away, it can release cruise missiles, never venturing within S-400 range. Its survival is not about winning inside the danger zone. It's about never stepping inside at all. For the B-2, the S-400 is a trickier foe. Its low observable design defeats most X-band radars. But the S-400's long-wave radars in the VHF and UHF spectrum can sometimes detect shadows of stealth aircraft. The problem for the Russians is that detection is not the same as destruction. Spotting a ghost on radar is one thing. Locking on and guiding a missile to it is another in exercises and simulations. Stealth aircraft, like the B-2, often appear only intermittently or with poor accuracy on these long-wave radars. Enough to know something is out there, but not enough to fire with confidence. Against the S-400, the B-2 carries more risks than against Patriot, but it still retains the edge. Its invisibility, though not absolute, still gives it a far. better chance of penetrating than a lumbering giants like the Tu-160 ever could. And then there is China's HQ-9, a hybrid born of both American and Russian technology, combining ideas from the Patriot and the S-300. With a range of about 200 kilometers, it is formidable, but not in the same league as the S-400. Against the Tu-160, the equation is unchanged. The White Swan simply launches its cruise missiles from far outside the HQ-9's reach. Against the B-2, the Spirit becomes nearly untouchable. The HQ-9's radars lack the multi-band sophistication of the S-400, and stealth aircraft like the B-2 glide through with ease. For China, the thought of trying to detect let alone kill a Spirit inside HQ-9 range is an almost impossible challenge. So here we are, with two bombers facing three defenses. And each has found a way to survive. The Tu-160 survives by staying away, by standing off, and unleashing waves of cruise missiles from thousands of kilometers out. It is, in a sense, a sniper. Never stepping into the arena, never risking its skin, relying on distance to keep it safe. The B-2 survives by going in, by walking through the fire unseen, delivering its payload right into the enemy's heart. It is the Ghost, the assassin who enters the castle, plants the blade, and vanishes before the guards know what happened. But which approach is better? If the mission is simply to launch long-range strikes from afar, then the Tu-160 is safer. It never gambles with defenses. Yet this safety comes with limitations. By staying outside, it is entirely dependent on its cruise missiles. It cannot adapt cannot choose new targets of opportunity, cannot strike suddenly deep behind enemy lines. It is a blunt instrument, powerful but predictable. The B-2, by contrast, is dangerous precisely because it goes in. Its stealth makes even the densest air defenses porous. It can fly into the very heart of enemy territory, drop precision bombs, and vanish. It can carry nuclear gravity bombs like the B-61 or conventional JDA-MIZ, and it can retask The Spirit gives commanders options. It gives America not just reach, but flexibility. And in war, flexibility often matters more than brute force. Here lies the larger truth. The Tu-160 is a symbol of Soviet thinking bigger, faster, further. The B-2 is a symbol of American thinking smaller numbers, higher costs, but unrivaled technology and survivability. Russia bets on range. America bets on invisibility. And when it comes to surviving Patriot, S-400, or HQ-9, invisibility remains the sure shield. So who survives? Both do in their own ways. The Tu-160 survives by never entering the fight. The B-2 survives by entering and leaving unseen. But if the mission demands going through the wall, not around IDIF. It demands breaking into the fortress and striking the heart. Then only one aircraft is truly built for the job. That aircraft is the B-2 Spirit. Which brings us back to the question we began with. Speed and distance. Or stealth and invisibility, which is the ultimate protection against the deadliest air defenses on Earth? The evidence says this. Distance may buy safety, but invisibility buys freedom. And in modern war, freedom of action is priceless. So, what do you think? Could the Tu-160's standoff missiles keep it safer in a real conflict? Or does the B-2's ghost-like penetration prove that stealth is the real trump card?